For me, let me welcome to the screen my very good friend and co-producer of this show, Sommer Austin.
Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm trying to do like a bunch of things here, so give me 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, I'm spotlighted for everybody. Hello. I'm going to attempt to do some jokes, even though like technical issues are so hard. Anna, give it up for Anna. How awesome was that?
Yes. She's a queen.
What's going on? And then you're doing that. You're busting it out. And give it up for yourselves, everybody, for hanging in there. For Anna, trying to make the tech work. This stuff is hard. This stuff is hard. Technology. What can I say? It hasn't been good to me lately. All right, folks, let's do some observational humor. Hey, here's some new observational humor. What's the deal with Scientology? I don't know. Why don't you ask Jerry Seinfeld, who is apparently a Scientologist?
What?
Nice.
Yes, isn't that terrible?
I had no idea.
I know, right? Apparently he has to, and like Janine Garofalo, this is like heartbreaking to me. When I found out Janine Garofalo, yes, some of you do not know this. Well, you know, it's like Fight Club. It's like, first rule is don't talk about it. Do you know what I mean? So like they're totally, apparently, I mean, the internet lies, do you know what I mean? But also Scientologists lie. So I don't know if they still are, but they say they're not, but they are. So sticking with Jerry Seinfeld, I mean, okay. So here's the thing. Does anyone remember what we did before cell phones, right? I used to watch Seinfeld to be like, oh, here's, you know what I mean? To remember the world before cell phones, right? Have you noticed that cell phones, they started out huge and then they got small again and now they're huge again, you guys. They're huge. Mine is the size of a jitterbug, okay? You know what that is? Jitterbug, in case you do not remember this, was like a giant phone with huge buttons, and they had these awesome commercials on TV. And it was like, by the way, they're huge again because of pornography. Do you know what I mean? Mine's huge because of all the porn. Look at me. What kind of porn am I into if I'm wearing this sweatshirt? So the jitterbug was, it was like they had these ads on TV and it was like the cell phone your parents will actually use. Okay, so fuck that, right? Because my dad, Ron Party Austin, whom some of you are familiar with, Ron Party had the original mobile phone. You know what I mean? The one that was the size of the brick that you put over your shoulder and you brought it in the car. Call it a car phone, right?
Yeah.
Car phone. Some people call it a brick phone. You know, I don't know what he was doing. To be fair, Party did a lot of drunk driving. You know what I mean? So he's just probably giving people a heads up, getting pulled over. My guess. And also, he dealt a lot of cocaine, so his car phone was ringing off the hook. You know. By the way, if anyone needs someone who can get him the best coke in West Des Moines, Iowa, I got a guy. All right. But like I don't know, like in America we say cell phone, but like in Canada they say like mobile phone or mobile phone in the UK. I don't actually know how to pronounce that word, and I'm gonna be 43 years old. But we just usually call them cell phones. We forget the whole like mobile thing, right? But I wonder if in Mobile, Alabama they call it a mobile phone. Do you know what I mean? Now, one thing they do have, though, a lot in Mobile and Alabama is mobile homes, though. They do have a lot of those. And, like, mobile homes were doing the mobile phone thing before mobile phones were a thing, right? It was like the only, it's like the only home that you can call, you know, someone can call you in Mobile, Alabama, and they can be like, where are you? And you're like, I'm home. And then the next day, you'll be in Detroit, and the same guy will call you on the phone and be like, where are you? And you're like, I'm home. Right? So, you know, who needs it, right? So I knew that things were crazy with cell phones when I saw a baby, like a very tiny baby, behind me in Starbucks. Well, it had a mother, but I mean, it was shocking that it even had a mother because the tiny baby had a huge cell phone in its hands, and it was just a beep, 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 boop, 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 right? And I'm like, I looked at this baby, and I'm like, baby. And you know, and then the mother saw me looking at the baby. Do you know what I mean? And then she was all ashamed, and she like mouthed, "I'm sorry" to me, and I was like, "Oh, I don't be sorry. Like we shame mothers for so many things, right? But like, don't shame it for giving it a cell phone. I would give my baby a cell phone in a fucking hot second. Do you know what I mean? I know this because I babysat, and I would let those kids watch like the most violent cartoons. They'd smash the shit out of each other, and then their parents would come and be like, "Why are my kids so violent?" I have no idea, you know. So I think it's totally fair, right? But I'm like looking at this baby, like, baby, who the fuck are you calling? Do you know what I mean? Like, who are you calling? And like, what are you thinking? What's going through the mind of a baby in the situation, right? Like, you know, it's like, it's pre-verbal. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, is it making TikTok videos? Is it like just doing reels on Instagram? I don't really know. Do you know what I mean? Like, is it every time its diaper needs to be, you know, changed, does it text its mom a poop emoji? Like, I have no idea what the baby is doing. And then I look closer and I realized it was day trading. So is completely figured out. So good for that baby. Do you know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, who am I to judge, right? So that's pretty cool. Another thing that you can do on a cell phone is you can find out that your marriage is over.
Oh.
In fact, in fact, that's probably how you're gonna find out, actually.
That's true.
It's just that's just what you do. Another thing you can also do on a cell phone once you're ready to get back out there again after your marriage is over is you can do online dating, right? And Anna was talking about the dick parade, right? So you can do that. You can do that. Apparently, like, I only matched with guys who are like on average age of like 67, and that's totally fine. Do you know what I mean? Like 67 years old. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just not ready to start dating my dad yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, give me a little bit of time before it's like me hanging with Ron Party again, you know? I mean, he's cool to hang out with, but I don't feel like I'm there yet. Do you know what I mean? I found one normal, decent-looking guy on one of these dating apps, and guess who's his baby, y'all? The baby from Starbucks. Baby's got so much money. It's not even funny. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I'm going to introduce our next comic coming to the screen.